Hi, so today I'm going to talk about just a little bit more in depth about how spiritual beings and a lot of humans use fear to manipulate people. I know I've covered a little bit in the past, but I want to go a little bit more into detail on it. One of the biggest ways they are able to create fear in you and to force you into your shadows, right? For you to just pull back is to use shame to create a fear of self-loathing or self-hatred. Just to be clear, shame does not come from light and love. I'm not saying that we don't need to be honest, but in my 50 plus years on this journey, I've learned that learning to shed the shame, whatever areas of your life you're carrying shame in, is the fastest way to release this fear and to free yourself. I do know that when you have secrets and you hold shame in your body, it gives beings, the darker beings, the shadow beings, and ugly people power to control you. So in my experience, learning how to release the shame was a magical part of my formula for reclaiming my health, my wealth, my happiness. And I'll use one of my examples. Because I was so abused for so many years as a child, I turned to food, not only because it was modeled by family members, but I turned to food to self-abuse and to kind of diminish myself and try to be invisible. And I finally took it by the horns and began releasing those fears using what I call, release and affirmation statements. I can give you an example of how I do it. This is the formula I use. I forgive myself for believing that I use food to self-sabotage or self-harm. And then I follow that up with a rewrite for my subconscious, and it goes like this. I express thanks and gratitude for food always serving my body's highest and greatest good in this time and place. My relationship with food is always healthy and always serves, my body's highest and greatest good. That's just an example, but I use that release statement and then I follow it up with a replacement statement so that your subconscious begins rewriting those narratives. Now, again, that's just an example, but just know that shame does not come from love and light. It comes from a place of fear. It's a tactic used to keep your vibration down and to keep you under the thumbs of fear. So when you start stepping into your power and you start releasing all of these deep fears, I do yoga, I meditate, I exercise, I'm out in nature, I pray, I have my own rituals that I do to keep me centered in gratitude and a calm mind. So you may want to start investigating that for yourself and see what works for you. Find out what your flow is. Whether you pray, whether you journal, just kind of play around with it and see where it takes you. But when you start releasing that, you step into this powerful position, and ever so slowly, or maybe really quickly for some of you, your vibration will skyrocket or slowly ascend. And as that vibration goes up, right, your manifestations and your blessings begin to shift and become more positive. Because as uncomfortable as it is, the universe doesn't speak in language, it speaks in energy. So even if it isn't your fault and your vibration is in the toilet because of trauma or something horrific that happened to you, the reality is that you still have to do the work. Like, nobody's going to do it for you. And when you begin raising your vibration, your blessings change and you start calling in, you start seeing these unexpected miracles, and you reclaim perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect happiness. So this is just an encouraging message to remember that you have the power to do this. Louise Hay has books out there about rewriting your subconscious. You may want to check her out. Her last name, I think, is spelled Hay. Her first name is Louise. For those that are interested, it's a good, basic place to start. But anyway, sending love and light. Have a great one.